many dudes out here that gotta fumble a great woman to realize what he had. And that's the dumbest way in the world to learn. Cause we all got friends. Like every man know a dude who had a great woman and lost her over something that was just ridiculous. And we also seen how hard it was for that man to replace her with a woman of that caliber. Yet, we move as if those type of women are just super common, right? We gonna pick that type of woman up tomorrow if we get out of the relationship today and just keep it pushing. And that's not reality. I got her right here. I need to appreciate her while she's right here. When I wake up to her every morning, I'm not taking her for granted. I'm giving her a tight ass hug and a kiss and thank you for being you. Thank you for what it is that you bring to my life. Like that's the way we should be taking care of quality women when we have them.
The sad thing is a lot of men have great women, wonderful wives, great mothers, hardworking women, and they take them for granted. And they don't realize just how special she was until she's gone. Let's dig deeper.
Imagine God sending you a woman whose only mission was just to love you as good as you ever imagined. But you played with her and you fumbled that, you know. And so now you just dealing with women that are corny, who don't know their worth, and they be begging you for materialistic shit. Some women are just so unforgettable, man, that you gotta learn how to appreciate the ones who just asked to be loved, to feel safe, to feel secure, protected, appreciated, valued, affirmed, and for you to just consider them, for you to just see them. You know, the good ones, they always gonna challenge you, but every time that they gonna show you why they don't settle for just anything and why they deserve the best, because they don't distract you from your dreams. They only inspire you to achieve them faster. You know, they're not perfect, but they worth it. Like, they know how to balance things out. They know when to push you, they know when to pull back, they know when to just pray for you. Like, yeah, they add value to everything in your life. They turn good to great. They inspire excellence. So my friend, if fear has you afraid to love a woman like that, it's because you're only trying to protect your heart. You know, I'm just saying, so if you care, then you're responsible for what she receives from you. Love. God.
And coming from a man, something that y'all men fail to realize in this generation is that y'all think you guys got all these options, but y'all really don't. And I'm a firm believer that God will put the right person in your life. But if you miss that opportunity, that's on you. Imagine fumbling a girl that got all her priorities straight, minds her own business, and she's a homebody, stays out the way, and she got a career, loves her family, and loves to work on herself, has probably like 3 or 4 friends, she stays out the way, goes to the gym to work on her gains, and goes to church to work on her faith, like, and you fumbled her? Like, that girl is already rare enough to come by. Like, I'm hurting for you, bro.
Don't fumble your girl trying to keep up with girls who can't even keep up with your girl. Like, you got a whole diamond at home, but you out here entertaining Cupid zirconias. And I don't want to hear about what your girl ain't doing and her flaws, because truth is, when you're emotionally immature, it don't matter how good you got it. You always going to feel like the grass is greener on the other side, when in reality, the grass is fake on the other side. Like, you got a woman who built her career off her intelligence, but you out here getting distracted by women who only built a following based on filters. You are gambling a woman that actually reads books for women who can't even read the room. And those girls study your girl's every move in admiration while you out here treating her like she's average because you're so infatuated with having options you can't commit to a choice. That's the truth. And if nobody else is going to tell you, I will. Because a woman who wants nothing from you but to support, encourage, and manifest the best in you is rare. And that's the difference between that woman who wants to grow with you and those women who just want to be seen with you. And that woman who prays for you when you're down and those women who pray on you when you're up. And that woman who wants to put in work to build with you versus those who just sit around waiting to borrow from you. Like, the same qualities you're ignoring in your woman are going to be the exact same qualities you're desperate to find once you realize the time you've wasted in women who lack them. But as a man, it's on you to realize that. Because a good woman will much rather hand you over to her competition than to keep trying to fight them for your attention. So play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But if she's already warned you, there won't be a rematch. It'll be game over.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, will scar a man more in his life than realizing he let a good woman go. For why he did it, insecurity, jealousy, not feeling good enough, it will literally haunt him for the rest of his life, watching that woman get the man that she deserves to be with, because he just simply could not step up to the plate.
Yo, check this out. The hardest thing I learned as a man is sometimes you don't get a second chance to mess up with good women. Quality women, women that have boundaries, that know their worth, that know what they add, and to know that they are a blessing to any man capable, keyword, capable of being in a relationship with them. Sometimes you don't get chance after chance after chance to get this right. That means you got to step correct the first time. Because sometimes you don't get more times to F up. What I'm saying is, the saddest part about 2024 is when you fumble a woman that was the biggest blessing to your life. When you lose the best thing you've ever had before you realize she was the best thing you ever had. That your life was elevated when you were with her, but you never paid attention to that. And so now you got to pay attention to her elevating another man's life while your life is deflating. My point I'm trying to say is, stop waiting until it's too late to be the man you promised her you was gonna be in the first place.
You know, every man swears that he wants a good woman until he meets one. And then his wounds will decide for him. And then those wounds will have him destroying or fumbling or missing out on the very thing that he's been praying for a very long time. When a woman has a pure heart, a gentle soul, she's going to bring you face to face with yourself. She's going to be a mirror, not by judging you, not by shaming you, but by loving you in a way that you never felt before. So if you grew up thinking that love had to be earned, then you won't know what to do with the love that's freely given. So you'll lie. You'll disappear into your work. You'll shut down when she gets close, not because you don't care, but because her presence makes you feel exposed. She's not rejecting you. She's rejecting your nervous system. That's why you got to be able to self-regulate, man. It's one of the most important skills that a man can have. I'm not saying it's not what you say or your strategies, but it's the energy that you give off. And so if you cannot hold your emotions, then you'll make her carry you. And the moment she's carrying you, she's forced into her masculinity, protecting, leading, and holding the weight that you were born, created to hold. And that's where her glow starts to fade. That's when the softness that you fell in love with begins to harden up, because part of her that wanted to relax into your leadership no longer trusts you to lead. So what you think you're protecting is your heart, but you're really protecting your pain. And that pain will cost you the woman who's ready to love the real you as good as you ever imagined. You can't stand in front of a woman like that wearing a mask, because she's going to see right through it. And she won't stay for the man who refuses to meet himself, because her love isn't a test, it's an invitation. You understand me? And only a man who has mastered his emotions, faces his wound, leads with composure, can keep her heart. So the question is, are you ready to heal? Or are you ready to lose her and miss out? Love.
One thing I really strongly believe in, the presence of a woman in a man's life is a blessing. And when he fumbles a really good woman and God takes her away from him, that's his most painful lesson. Like the amount of times I've seen a man be blessed with a woman, with God bringing this beautiful angel woman into their lives to help them level up and become better. And he completely wastes the opportunity, drags her through the mud, and then finally, for whatever reason, the relationship ends. What almost every time happens afterwards is she comes out of it, she's in excruciating pain, but she moves on, she heals from it, and literally becomes even more of an angel and even more leveled up. Like, have you ever seen a woman go through a breakup and not level up? No, that doesn't exist. I'd argue breakups are like some of the best things that can happen to a woman, because she will be the most evolved version of herself when she comes out of it. But a man, God, I've seen breakups destroy a man. I've seen men losing the best woman absolutely destroy him, where his life does not get better. God no longer brings him blessings into his life because he didn't earn it. He fumbled the blessing God sent him, and God's not going to send another one. Not till you grow, not till you learn. And a lot of the times they take a really long time to do that. And so you see so many men have their quality of life go down for a really long time. I've seen men be at rock bottom for years because they fumbled this angel that came into their lives. And I think that's a really great lesson for men and women. When you fumble a blessing that was sent to you, God's not going to send you another one for a while. Why would he? Imagine you were a parent, you got your child a brand new toy that was really expensive because you wanted to reward them, and they break it, like the first day that they get it. You're not getting them another one. You're gonna have them learn their lesson to appreciate and take care of the things that are given to them. And I see the same with men and women, and fumbling something really good for you.
I really did. I put my cards on your table, and you played your hand on it. You picked a side, and I'm respectfully asking that you respect yourself enough to stand on it. It ain't no harm, no foul, no love lost, no hate found. I'm just asking you to stay where you at because I'm moving a lot better now that you're not around. I'm not being messy, not being funny. I'm just not dealing with all that stress. I hope you healing. I hope you growing. And I wish you nothing but the best. Be blessed.